Hello, guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. We're back for another stream. This is the team selection video for game week 36. We hope everyone's having a good start to the week. How you doing? Or start to the actually end of the week, I should say. Yeah, it is a weekend approaching very soon, and yeah, it is a bank holiday weekend as well, which is nice. But yeah, how you doing, Jordan? How's your week going so far?
Yeah, it's great so far. Obviously, football is just around the corner, and currently Spurs and Chelsea are playing. It was for the double game week 35 still, but yeah, there's a lot to talk about ahead of double game week 35 and obviously game week 36 around the corner.
Yeah, I've just realised obviously Chelsea kicking off today at 7:30 as well. I thought it was a 8 o'clock kickoff for some reason, but yeah,
I thought that as well. I thought it was an
yeah,
8 o'clock kickoff.
strange, yeah, because normally the midweek isn't normally 8 o'clock kickoff, but you know, hopefully you guys can watch this as well while if you are watching along to the game. Let's start off with game week 35, double game week 35. It's still not over as there is one fixture being played as we speak. So let's start off with my goalkeeper who plays right now. And the first game, I forgot who Chelsea played now in that fixture.
I believe it was Aston Villa.
Yeah, Aston Villa, and they did lose, didn't they? No, sorry.
Drew.
They played, yeah, they drew. It was 2-2 in the end. My bad. It was a 2-2 draw, and unfortunately, Petrovic only got the 2 points. However, he did get 1 point for the saves he made, so that was nice. Moving into the back three, I had Pedro Porro, who picked up 1 point against. Sorry, he got 1 point against Arsenal, and then he's playing Chelsea right now as we speak. So again, we'll have to see how he does, Pedro Porro, and hopefully he can get me something today. I am banking on him. Gabriel did come away with a 1 point after the 3-2 win for Arsenal, away win. They did concede 2, but Gabriel comes away with a blank. Dan Burn, on the other hand, very surprised. He didn't keep a clean sheet against Sheffield. They did win convincingly 5-1 in the end, but unfortunately, no clean sheet for Dan Burn. Newcastle did actually concede very early on in that game. Moving into the midfield 5, Son and Palmer, we're not going to discuss them too much. They are playing right now. So we'll have to see Son v Palmer captainers, who gets the better of each player. Son did, however, get a penalty, and he did score against Arsenal, which was nice for the captainers. 7 points for him. And Palmer did pick up 4 points after his Palmer got 2 points against Aston Villa. I don't know why it says 4 there, but bear that in mind, guys. It was 2 points. But he's got Tottenham tonight. He's playing. So again, interested to see how he does as my captain. Saka, on the other hand, lovely score from Saka, because he's actually a differential, believe it or not, at my rank right now in the effective ownership. He's like 30%. So it's very nice to see Saka come away with the 12-pointer after his goal, assist, and the 2 bonus points. And he comes away with 12 points, which was, fantastic, because a lot of managers have sold him. All the wildcarders have sold Saka, and he's got Bournemouth next. So I'm very glad to own him still. And hopefully he can go big in game week 36 for me. Bruno Fernandes, very unlucky. I'm not sure why he's flagged. I do see he's got 75% chance of playing currently on FPL. I didn't realize, but yeah, he's flagged at the moment. But he was very unlucky against Burnley. Should have had an assist, maybe 2 assists. He also got 2 bonus points, I believe. And he came away with no attacking returns, but he still got the 2 bonus. It's 4 points. And then Gordon, again, delivers. So glad I had Gordon in my team. I knew I wanted him for this run-in, and he comes up with a 10-pointer against Newcastle after their 5-1 win, with it picking up 2 assists and the 2 bonus points as well. Then up top, we've got Haaland, who comes away with a goal after playing only 28 minutes against Forest. And then Isak, again, goes big, 2 goals and the 3 bonus points to top it off as well. And Isak's been on fire in the last few weeks. He's scoring every week, it seems. So all in all, for me so far, it is 61 points with a -8 I've taken. So again, I've took the -8. However, I'm still on a decent green. But after today, I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 players playing tonight. So it should be a green arrow overall going forward. It could be even a bigger one, because I do have quite a few doublers. But yeah, we'll see how we do. But now it is another green arrow, slight green arrow, back up to 33k overall rank now. So looking very good. My target was 50k. I've smashed into 50k. I'm eyeing up the next 20k now, trying to get into the top 20k, and that will be a really good season for me. But yeah, we'll see how the next few weeks go, as obviously there is a few more transfers to come. I've got a chip left as well that I'm going to play in double gaming 37, so it's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, very happy that even with the -8, I'm still on the green. But yeah, Jordan, let's move on to your double gaming 35 so far.
So here's how my double game week 35 so far has done. So in goal got Leno. Obviously he didn't keep a clean sheet against Crystal Palace as it was ended up as a draw, but he did manage to get a save point, which made him finish on 3 points. Moving on to the back three, so no defensive clean sheets nor any attacking returns. So Reguilon ends up on 1 point, conceding to Everton. He also got a yellow card. Doughty, he conceded 2 to Wolves in that 2-1 loss, and also got 1 point with no clean sheet, and followed by Gabriel, who conceded 2 against Tottenham with no clean sheet either. So not really much fortune in terms of goalkeeper or the defensive back three. So moving on to the midfield five. So Gordon with his double haul of 10 points, the 2 assists, also with the bonus 2 as well. On top of that, rewarded with the double haul. So it was very nice of him again for Gordon to go big against Sheffield. Bruno Fernandes, obviously he only got a bonus 2, surprisingly, but he was probably the best player in the game in that 1-1 draw against Burnley. Obviously he's flagged at the moment. Just to elaborate on that, Ten Hag did say after the game that he had an issue with Bruno, and he also said he's a doubt for Monday. But he also said, obviously Bruno, it's his first time being injured this season, so he said he never ruled him out of any game, and he will do his best to be available. And that is pretty much the words of Ten Hag there. So take that with a pinch of salt if he is a doubt for that Crystal Palace away game in 36. But moving on, Saka, his double haul of 12 points, very nice again, getting the assist, the goal, and the bonus 2. And yeah, he went big when a lot of people sold him for double game at 35. And finally, in the midfield to complete it, Son with his 7 points, scoring the penalty. And he's currently playing against Chelsea, so we have to see what happens there. And obviously Palmer as well, we have to see what happens with him. He's my captain, currently on 4 points for the blank he got in his first fixture, but he's playing Tottenham at the moment. And finally up front, we've got Isak with his double haul, scoring the 2 goals, bonus 3. He's having a great season with Newcastle. And yeah, he's up there in terms of Golden Boot contenders as well. Moving on to Solanke, alongside him, he blanks in that 3-0 win over Brighton, surprisingly, with no returns from him. And just quickly on the bench, only return really is Branthwaite with his clean sheet against Brentford, surprisingly. But I believe that does mean Everton are now safe, potentially from relegation from that big win. Semenyo, he only gets 2 points, currently flagged. Bell was ruled out of that game week, and Area ends up with 1 point for an own goal, even though he made 7 saves, getting 2 points from that. But he also conceded 2 against Liverpool, so he ends up on just 1. And yeah, so far this week, it's not been too bad. I mean, it's not really much progression in terms of rank. It is a green arrow, but it's very small, like 1000k green arrow. But there is a lot to still play for. There's my captaincy still there, the vice as well for Son. It is a -4, obviously, so that's 54 points currently. But obviously, that will change after tonight's game.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the final ranks are after tonight's game, because a lot could change, obviously, depending on who scores. If Chelsea get a clean sheet, if Jackson scores and things, that could fluctuate the ranks. So we'll see. Let's move on to double gaming 35. Away from double gaming 35 and move on to gaming 36 bus teams. So I believe this is Jordan's team first up. We'll let you go first. Talk us through your lineup, bus team, and then your transfer plans as well.
Yeah, so basically this is what my obviously Game Week 36 team currently looks like. So we've got Leno in goal, he's got Brentford away. Again, 2 fixtures that my goalkeepers have aren't great, but I'm going to give the goalkeeper a chance again to Leno, see what he can do against Brentford away. You probably get some save points, but again, not expecting a clean sheet against them, especially in an away fixture as well. It kind of relays into obviously Reguilon, who plays against him, who's got obviously Fulham. I do expect Reguilon to maybe get an attack return from that game, so I'm hoping for some upside, even though I'm playing him against Leno. But I'd rather get the points from him instead of my goalkeeper. But obviously, moving on to Gabriel, he's got Bournemouth at home. Nice fixture, I think, for Arsenal. They seem to be on a nice run. It's still in the title race with Man City, so all to play for. And obviously, starting Gabriel is a no-brainer if you do have him in your team. Moving on to Bell, obviously I won't really go much into this, but he has Everton at home. He's not going to be available, but he is going to be in my transfer plans after I've gone through my team. So we'll move on to the midfield five. So Son has Liverpool away. I don't know if it's going to be a tough fixture or not for obviously Spurs, but it is at Anfield, so we can't forget how tough it is to obviously get something out of Anfield. But again, Liverpool have dropped out of the title race, so maybe there's not much really to play for there. Maybe there is for Spurs, so Son could be a nice fixture for him to bounce back in, especially the way Spurs have been currently. It's not been really up to scratch in terms of their form. Even though Son did score a penalty in double game at 35, it's still a dry spell for him, but he should bounce back from that. Obviously, moving on to Bruno Fernandes, I mentioned about his injury doubt for that Crystal Palace away game. So, yeah, in the press conference, obviously, Ten Hag did say he could be a doubt, even though so far this season, this is the first time Bruno Fernandes had an injury to obviously himself this season. So, yeah, it was bound to happen, I think. It's just kind of unfortunate it happens at this moment, just before he has a double game week in 37. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it should be fine later down the line. So moving on to Saka, he's got Bournemouth at home. Again, I think it's good if you still have Saka, because a lot of managers did sell him prior to double game at 35. So yeah, you could be in a good position. Bournemouth at home. It's a must win for Arsenal if they are to stay in the title race, as I've mentioned before. So yeah, happy to play Saka. He's currently my vice as well. Moving on to the next player who is currently the captain, that is Palmer, who's got West Ham at home. I feel like West Ham are conceding a lot of goals, and I think that's my reasoning for captaining Palmer as well, especially when I've got rid of Harden too. I think out of all the options there, Palmer's one of those that I could possibly go for in terms of different captain and see if I can chase the rank a bit. And yeah, nice fixture at home. Current unbeaten record for Chelsea at the moment at home. So yeah, good form, and hopefully Palmer can do the business there. Finally, the last midfielder in my team is Gordon, who has Burnley at home. So yeah, another nice fixture, I think, for Newcastle. They seem to have regained and found a bit of form near the end of this season. So yeah, I think Gordon is a nice delight. He has a double coming up in 37 as well, so he's nice and ready for that as long as he stays fit. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one, I think, against Burnley, but I still think Gordon can get something out of that fixture. Moving on to the front two. So again, Semenyo, he is in my transfer plan, so I won't really go deep into that, but he does have Arsenal away, if you're wondering. And finally, we've got Isak, who's got Burnley at home. And yeah, the form that Isak is on at the moment is hard to really get rid of him. Obviously, he has a double as well coming up. So yeah, he's nailed and locked into my team in the starting 11. And just quickly on the bench, so we've got Areola, who has Chelsea away. Solanke has Arsenal away. Brantford has Luton away. And Doughty, who has Everton at home. So, transfer plans. I have one free transfer. I got a lot of money as a bank, 10.8 million, because of selling Harden. So, money is not an issue for me at the moment. So, what I was thinking to do with my team is I'm going to take another -4, and it is solely for the players that I have flagged in my team, because I do need to get rid of these flags if I am to bench boost in double game at 37. So Bell and Semenyo are both coming out of my team. And the players that I've decided to bring in for these two are Højlund and Kyle Walker. So Højlund, the Man United forward, who's got Crystal Palace away, and obviously Kyle Walker, who has Wolves at home in his fixture. And this is pretty easy. I'm setting up for the double game week, so that is why I'm bringing in these players, because obviously Man United and Man City do have a double in 37. So I'm going to bring him in early, and that sets me up for obviously next game week after this. It is going to be -4 though again, which I'm fine with taking because I feel like it will make up for it come obviously 37. So even though Hoyland's not been on much form, I think that kind of works in the favour because not many people will maybe possibly go for him as an option. But I like to bring in these double game week players just in case they can do something, and I feel like Hoyland could be one to obviously do it in his double game week. Walker as well, he does show attacking threat, and Wolves great fixture I think for clean sheet potentially. So yeah, another great pick, and I do want to include some Man City assets as well as I previously didn't have any in my team. So that is currently what I'm looking at the moment in terms of my plans, and yeah, with those in order, as long as everyone keeps fit, that should work out well for double game week 37.
Okay, let's move on to my team. So that's Jordan's team out of the way, guys. Let us know what you think of his plans as well in the chat. Yeah, if you go back,
1 moment. Yeah, there's a bit of an issue with the
yeah,
slides.
no worries.
I would have to fix that.
Yeah, I'll let Jordan sort it out. Let's take a few comments. There's a comment here from Robert Crooks who says, "I forgot to play my wild card." Yeah, I mean, if you forgot to play your wild card by now, you mean you have to just play it now, I think, because it's sort of late on to the season now. So yeah, get it out of the way. Maybe do it in 37 if you have to, or if the double game week, and then maybe just get all the best doublers. But yeah, you left it sort of late there, Robert. And also, guys, if you are watching, if you are enjoying the content, do hit that like button. Do also hit that subscribe button as well. Make sure you are getting the subscribers up. Get us to 2K. That is the next target. And also hit the like button on the video, guys. Jordan, how far are we from the slides?
We are moments away. Apologies for that.
No
it
worries.
Won't be 100% correct because the money in the bank will be different, but that's the emotion.
Okay, so this is what my team currently looks like, guys. The bus team, I believe. So in goal, I've got Petrovic. I've got back three currently of Van Heck, Gabriel, and Dan Burn. I've got midfield five of Son, Palmer, Saka, Fernandez, and Gordon. And then I've got up front, I've got Haaland and Isak. Now, in terms of the fixtures, obviously, Chelsea, I think Petrovic, I'm happy to own him. He's got a double coming up as well in 37. Van Heck is flagged, and I don't know what the situation with Van Heck is. But if he is seriously injured, which he could miss out the double, then he will have to go from my team. So I've not seen any press conferences about Van Heck, but essentially he's the one I'm looking to take out because apparently it looks like he could be serious. Gabriel, again, Bournemouth for home. You can see a clean sheet for Arsenal there with their defense. So, happy to own him for this one. Dan Burn, again, happy to own him because he's got a good fixture, I think, against Burnley away from home. So I can see a potential clean sheet for Newcastle here as well. Into the midfield, I think Son against Liverpool. I don't hate the fixture. I think Liverpool have dropped off in the recent games. So I don't think it's a bad fixture for Son anymore. Palmer, I'm happy to own him against West Ham. I think he's playing today, so we'll see how he does. But again, should be fine for the West Ham game. I think Saka's got a great fixture for us non-wildcarders in 35. A lot of us still own him that didn't wildcard, and I think he's a great pick. Possibly, again, another differential at my rank. So I'm happy to own him against Bournemouth, and hopefully he can put in another good performance. Fernandez against Palace away. I think it's a great fixture for him. It just depends. It just depends whether he's fit, and hopefully he is fit. If not, I've got Hoyland on the bench anyway, so I'm not too worried if Bruno does miss out. At least I'll have another option on a decent bench player. Gordon, again, great fixture for him. Burnley away, he can go get a double-digit haul again in that game. I'm convinced he can go big. So happy to own him for this fixture. And then up top, Haaland and Isak, again, two great games. Isak's on fire. Haaland's back against Wolves. Man City going for the title. Haaland's my captain this week, no debate. I've not considered anyone else. I'll just play it safe on Haaland. He's got Wolves, and I expect him, to be on it again and get back amongst the goals. On the bench, Kelleher, Hoyland, Pedro Porro, and Gusto. So there's some changes that need to be done because obviously 2 flags in terms of Van Heck and Gusto in my defense. And then Kelleher is also going to have to go very soon because essentially because I want a bench boost in 37 and I need a playing goalkeeper as well. So at the moment I am thinking of taking a -4, right? So not the -4. I'm doing the transfer. So the plan is actually to take out Van Heck, right? I was thinking of a -4, but scrap that. I'm not taking a -4, guys. It is one transfer. And so it's Van Heck out for Vardio. Now, we know Vardio's been really, really good as of late. He's actually chipped in with a couple of goals as well. So he's got like big hauls, 15-pointer, I believe, in there as well recently. And again, it's to cover the Man City back line. He also had the double game week in 37, which I like the look of. So I am tempted to bring Vardio in. The only worry with him is that the rotation potentially. And we know with Man City defenders, you don't know who's going to play. But because Man City are out the Champions League, I don't have that worry anymore. And I think he's fairly nailed in there right now. So if Van Heck is injured, I think Vardio makes sense to go there and cover the back line. Had a double as well. Great fixture this week. That does give me one more slot for a Man City asset. And then maybe I can bring in Foden for Saka in Game 37, something like that. So yeah, that's what the current plan is, guys. Just a free transfer, Van Heck to Vardio, and then that would give me a pretty decent team on paper. And then I can take out next week in Game Week 37. I would take a -4 to take out Kelleher and probably Saka as well. Actually, I might have to take Gusto out because again, I don't know what the situation with Gusto is. So
yeah,
I could take a -8 next week.
Another -8.
Yeah, I could take another -8 next week, unfortunately. Depending on how much I want to keep Saka, because I am tempted with Foden for that double. So I don't know if it'll be worth it, but I'll have to see. But essentially, Kelleher has to go in the next week, and Gusto, I don't think he's going to play the double, and it's just very frustrating. So many defenders have got injured recently. Gusto, we know he's injured. Fabian Schär, or whoever they brought him in. Obviously Van Heck was annoying, him being injured, because my plan was to actually have Van Heck as my bench boost. So now I'm gonna have to bring in another defender for my bench boost. So Gusto to, I don't know, whoever really, maybe another Arsenal defender, even though they don't have a double. But we'll have to see what I do. But at the moment, it's looking like Vardio in, and then taking a big hit potentially in the double game week 37. But yeah, that's the plan, guys. Vardio in. I'm happy to not take a hit because I feel like I've been taking quite a few hits recently, and it's just you try getting away with the hits if I can. But yeah, that's the team. I'm quite happy with the way it's lined up. Decent bench options as well. And then 37 is when we'll take the hits and have a decent bench boost out. Okay, so let me know what you guys think. And yeah, let me know of your transfer plans as well, guys. Drop it in the comments. Let us know what you're doing.
In terms of your Man City assets as well, you did say you're going to bring in potentially Foden for Saka. Have you considered as well maybe a De Bruyne could be in contention as well? Because I think you can afford it if you take out Saka for him. Yeah, the 3 million you have in the bank.
Definitely. So Saka could be De Bruyne easily because I've got the money to do it. It's just I have to see with the other one because Kelleher has to be upgraded. So if I upgrade Kelleher to a playing goalkeeper, I don't know if I can still afford it, to be honest, actually. So that's when I could have, because if I get KDB in for Saka, then it blocks me from doing Kelleher up to another goalie. So it probably has to be Foden for budget reasons. But if I can somehow fit KDB in, I'm not ruling it out, guys. So yeah, KDB is also a really good option for those that can get there.
Sweet.
Would you have a quick wildcard suggestion for me? If I would wildcard in 37 now, I wouldn't do it in 36 personally. I'll just wait till 37 now and bring in all the doublers. But yeah, essentially that's it, guys, for our team selection video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you do hit that like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well if you are enjoying the content. We're back again tomorrow, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's a Friday deadline.
Friday deadline, so we're back around 5:30, I think, tomorrow. So make sure you do tune in for the deadline stream. Should be a great one. And then yeah, hopefully you guys do tune in and hit the like button. Enjoy your your bank holiday weekend as well, guys. We'll see you tomorrow anyway. But yeah, anything else you'd like to add, Jordan?
Yeah, take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the football, obviously, Spurs and Chelsea. at the moment playing. So yeah, until tomorrow for the deadline stream, have a nice week.